y'all heard about the April Fool's Day nonsense down at UNC Chapel Hill in North Carolina that they wrapped up and cloaked in satire, but was really some racist nonsense? Let me preface this by saying, everybody thinks they're a comedian, everybody thinks they're funny and satirical, everybody wants to be Drewski, but you're just a racist. Satire is a genre of literature, art, and performance that uses humor, irony, and exaggeration, or ridicule to expose and criticize human vices, follies, abuses, or shortcomings. While often entertaining and funny, the primary purpose of satire is not just to elicit laughter, but to draw attention to specific social, political, or cultural issues. So now that we got that out the way, let's talk about the campus newspaper, the Daily Tar Heel, and how they printed a story on April Fool's Day that ICE was on their way to campus. Then let's talk about their TikTok page, at Hill After Hours, and the video that they created of those 3 white students that were going to make the long, dangerous, treacherous trip to South Campus where the black students reside, and all the racist things that they said in that video, how they thought South Campus was a third world country, and how they were amazed at all the technological advances that they found. Here's where I remind you that UNC Chapel Hill is a public university, publicly funded by taxpayers and tax dollars, many of whom are black and Hispanic. And your nasty, blatant racism isn't satire, isn't a joke, and isn't funny. You know who else doesn't think it's funny? Your provost, who just put out a statement. Statement on behalf of the university from Senior Vice Provost James Orr on recent April Fool's incident. Because this is what I've been waiting for. Let's read. Dear Carolina community, recent content of both a racist and insensitive nature has had a profound impact on our Carolina students, alumni, and families, not to mention staff and faculty. Any content that demeans, harms, or contributes to an unwelcoming environment in our campus community is completely unacceptable. Goes on to say that we're committed to fostering a campus where everyone can live and thrive, and university leadership are aware of recent incidents, and we recognize how deeply hurtful they have been to the well-being of our broader community. Regarding the newspaper, the Daily Tar Heel, and their April Fool's satirical issue, the Daily Tar Heel operates as a nonprofit organization legally and financially independent of the university, but the articles published on April 1st were highly inappropriate and offensive. The university has no authority over what they produce, even though the work is done by Carolina students in their free time. But we want to make very clear, the words matter, and while pieces were meant to represent satire, they were harmful, and we unequivocally condemn them. Second recognized incident is a video that was produced by a registered student organization. Student Affairs is investigating this incident to determine more information about how and whom the video was authorized and produced, as well as next steps needed to address concerns. Somebody's getting suspended. That students and student orgs are expected to conduct themselves in ways that respect the rights, dignity, worth, and freedom of others. Along with other members of our community, I am deeply saddened by the actions that have transpired. He closes with this. In response to these incidents, the university will be holding a campus-wide conversation with the Senior Vice Provost for Student Success, which will be a time for all members of the campus community, including those who experience harm, to speak directly with university leadership on ways we can best support our community. You can join him Friday, April 10th in SASB North, room 1118 from 1:30 to 2:30 p.m. The university will continue to encourage people from all walks of life to see their paths to Carolina and to provide a welcoming environment that supports their success once they are here. That's how you handle this kind of situation. Shout out to UNC Chapel Hill.